Good morning. I have been awake for the last 2 hours because Sunday last night I went around my parents to watch the footy. Brilliant results, but I ended up getting stranded. There was no exits to the village. They were all flooded. So I got up this morning about 5 o'clock to drive back home. And I'm glad I did get up that early because every road I came to was bloody shut. I think I saw 8 cars completely abandoned on proper back roads as well. I had to just wiggle around everywhere. Every time I thought I was getting somewhere, the road would be completely shut off and a car just stuck in a bloody pond. Got back, I've had a shower. I've put the dog back in because luckily the dog come with me, so she was fine. She was like, "Oh, sleepover, brilliant." So, right, we're gonna go pick up the cylinder, and we are doing a direct cylinder today. Woohoo! Almost forgot, but let's get started into the video. Right, first off, we need to get this thing drained down. So. Just open up the drain off. Right, come on then, be nice. Oh, sounds like it's being nice. Right, there's our stop tap. Off. Yes, it is. And we'll open up some hots. Big bonus, we got a proper loft ladder, so I don't like my one because it can slip out at the bottom, but if it's a proper loft ladder, it's fixed at the top, so you know you're safe. 2, it's apparently boarded out. And I'm just going to have my cup of tea, let that drain down, because we can't really do a lot until it's drained down. I don't think it'll take very long. Don't know. Okay, so I said it was boarded, but have we got to go through this creepy door? So, oh look, it's not boarded and it's dark. Got my voice cracked then as if I was scared. It's dark. There's a tank, it's not too far away, but alright, let me set you up. I hope you can see enough. I don't know where I put my, oh there they are in my pocket. Right, let's actually have a look, see what's going on with the pipe work. So, what we need to do is link the cold to the hot. This needs to either be capped off or ideally just joined up so there's no dead legs. So let's just cut that out of the way. It will mean just tilt that, drain any left going down into the cylinder. Tip back like this. Getting rid of as much of that water as possible. That cut. You see, we're not going to be re-drilling holes or anything. We're literally just going to be, we know that was the cold feed to the cylinder. It needs to now be, ooh, that needs to be mains. So we're going to link these 2 up, and this one needs to be capped off. Or try and unsweat that, but obviously we're in a loft. So all I'm going to do is cut that as close to the T as possible and just put a cap on there. See, we don't need an overflow anymore, or a discharge pipe, sorry. So all we need to do is get these 2 linked up together. So looking at this, it doesn't look too bad, right? So what we'll do is we'll cut that one there up and then just bridge it straight over to this one here. Brought you down lower so that you can see, right. There we go. Right, let's clean this one up. So let's get it fluxed up. I'm going to flux the fittings as well. Just want to make sure that it solders up nice. Doesn't matter on this sort of pipe works, it will get just flushed out. Got that there. I picked it up by there. I've gone for M&F elbow straight into there because that way then when you're soldering, it's soldering down into it. which makes it a bit easier to solder, a little bit easier to see what you're doing. Right. There we go. Make sure everything is in place. Clear the area as best we can. Let's solder it up. I'm going to be liberal with the amount of solder, as it's not on display, it's in a loft. Make sure we get plenty on there. There we go. Right, so that's our cold pipe work done. And the hot pipe work here that we're going to cap, I've actually realised that I've left the cap on the counter at the merchant, so we're going to have to go off and get that. Right, back up in the loft because I've been off and I've got the compression cap. And you see it's all been cleaned up, wire walled up, just to stop any corrosion. Didn't want pinhole in the future because you've been too lazy to clean it up. Right, put our cap on. Let's get that tightened up. Right, let's just pull some insulation back over. I don't know where I put it. Oh, there it is. Right. Put our loft insulation back over. There we go. Right, so we need to get this out. So for now, we're just going to cut that there. We're going to cut that inlet, our new cold, which is now on mains. We're going to cut that just here somewhere. Right, now that's all off, fuses out, so that's all safe. Gonna give that a cut off there. So you ain't got to worry about that. Right, whole thing should now be loose. We're just gonna turn off that drain off, take out the hose, and then hopefully this is light enough that I can just carry it out. Maybe not, it's still full of water. Oh well. Well, I'll just wiped it over to one side quickly. It's bloody heavy still. I don't have the pump. Reason I don't have the pump is I left the charger somewhere, so a bit of a pig. Oh well, don't matter. Right, let's see how much this weighs. Oh, I can carry that out. Right, blow down that. Oh, well, that was actually very heavy still, and you can see why. Oh god, I don't know how I lifted that, to be fair. That's good for the plants, a bit of lime. Oh, perfect timing. Right, let's go get the new one. Right, so we got our cylinder. First off, discharge. So drilling out with the smallest bit I've got, and then I'm going to come back through with a 25, is it? Right, so on that last little bit, you just let the drill do the work. You don't push. And now, keeping it on a nice angle as well. It's, you know, like a waste pipe. You want it to fall downhill. Right, tell you what, it's not bad. Not too bad. Did cause a little bit of a ruckus here, but don't worry, that'll all get covered up. Right, now let's go back through. Don't laugh, but I only use the longest drill bits known to man. Right, let's see what that ended up outside, and then I'll mark it up. Yeah, a little bit long, isn't it? The only one. In fact, we could actually do this the other way, so hang on, let me go grab it. Right, sleeving. Electrical tape, it will do the job. It will stop corrosion without having to buy 28 and pissing about. And at the end of the day, it's not going to hold water. It's not carrying any water. It's just discharge pipe. So let's get this wrapped up. All right, there we go. I'm just going to push that back in. Oh, come on. get in. Right, cylinder's roughly in place, so we can just do that to the back. Right, look down this discharge, follow that down, mark it up, and then we want to pull a bend. I've lost my pipe guides for the benders, so where they've gone, God only knows. Just get into my shed. I'm hoping my old set of benders are here, but where the guides are, I don't know. Found my spare benders, but no fucking signs. God damn it! Oh, I found this in the shoe cabinet. Not a 15 with it. It doesn't say Rothenberger. This is a Rothenberger one. But I don't know if that's for the helm or so. Take this set with me as well. Fuck. I'm just getting so wound up with today. Don't know why. It's just, I'll tell you what it is, not having a van. So as you can imagine, nightmare getting pipe, because obviously you've got to try and get 3 meters of pipe in here, and then it's just right in your way, right over, and then losing the slides. If they had a foul down a seat or something, it's fucking stupid. And I've had to come off and get the masonry bits. Those big long masonry bits are in my shed. I'm just getting so fucking annoyed with it. Right, let's go back. Oh, I'm in a good mood now. It was for my benders. Why it was, I don't know. I must have had it in my pocket, put it on there, put it on the side as I've come in the house, and then it must have just fell down into a shoe. Anyway, let's push this through and just crack on. This one here, I want to go down to the bottom and then pull a bend, right? So I want it to, so that I can get to it from there, basically. And you can see it down here. That's the one that I need to go on to. So what I need to do is pull a nice bend. So I need to measure that, pull that, put it in, and then we can... No, let me do the valve first. Oh, right, so I've got that soldered up. I'll put the clip on. Probably should have shown you some of that. Right, put lever valve on. Now these ones come with all the different coloured handles, which it's easier just to cut them off anyway. I'm going to figure out a nice place to put these. I love these eco clips because look, you can get a pipe slice behind fairly easy. Let's just do it a little bit lower. There we go. Right. Cut that out. We're going to put our lever valve there, then the combination valve, and then we can work out our pipe work from there. So we're going to put this in this way. Now I'll tell you why. Because we can take this for the expansion. This is going to be the right side to go into that discharge down there. This can get capped off because we're not really going to need it for falling on my head. Oh, bloody hell. We're not really going to need it for balance. They can put that in later if they decide to put in a shower. Oh, bloody hell, this is awkward. Keep stopping and starting and trying to film. Right, pulled this lovely bend here, which is just going to go around this way. One just above the, it sits just above the discharge, going that way. So I'm going to put that in, now I'm going to put some clips on. Now the good thing about the eco clips are that you can put the clips on after you've installed the pipe, because the screws are either side. Okay, there we go. Right, let me get that clipped up and then I'll finish off tightening that up. Right, so I decided I didn't want the balance cold, so I'll show you what we do with that. Put this out of our olive, right, and then you get these blanking caps here, which basically stop you having any, what do you call it, dead legs. So you've got no dead legs whatsoever. You like to paste these just around here. They work like that gas caps basically. So you put that in there. Put this one on here. and now it's like as flat as possible. It's going to stop any obviously any horrible water. Although this has got a non-return valve here anyway, so I suppose it doesn't really matter if there's too much of a dead leg there, but I just think it looks a lot neater like that, just completely capped off. Right, so we have got a bit of wiggle room up and down on this. So let's put the, tell you what, let's get the expansion on. Right, first off, we've got to remove this cap here. And then we need to put in a male iron thread. Just test that that fits. There we go. I'll pick the wrong one up. So that should go in there. Yeah, there we go. Right. Rapid glue. Smurf glue. Smurf glue that up. Put plenty on. I always like to put plenty on. There we go. Oh, look at that. Let me wipe that off. Right, so we've got this hung on the wall. There is enough space up here to get your for servicing and everything. Right. Now these come with their own nut and olive. Now do not lose these because they're very specific and nothing else seems to fit on them, so don't lose it. Let's put it that way. Tighten that on, and then I'm going to see what we need to do here about pulling a bend. Right, so you can see with a soldered elbow on there, we need to put a little set there before we go in here. So I'm just going to do that little set now, just so that that goes up right. Okay, let me do this bit of pipe work for you then. Right, we've had to change the position just slightly. I brought it to the left because this needs to be able to come out. The immersion heater needs to be able to come out, so that can be pulled out nice and easily. So I want to get this soldered up. Now this had to be quite straight as well, just so that you can get a drain off hose straight on there. We're just going to have to mess about with the discharge pipe at the end to try and get that within regulations, and it will work. So I might have to drill a new hole, possibly. I don't want to. I want to see if maybe bend that. We'll worry about it later on. Right. Right, 300 to the first bend, so let's have a look. Right, first bend, 300. That is bloody tight, that. Let's just cut it there, so that's our like bare minimum we can get away with. Right. If I put it back on its blocks of wood, I might just about, it gets me closer, doesn't it? Right, so I've got to just figure out this last bit. So T on there, I'm just going to go straight into there. Just want a little stub in there. Right, let's move that to one side. And then that wants to, that can come around that way a bit. There we go. And that just goes straight into that. Right, okay. Oops, forgot to bloody, oh well. Right, clean this up, and then hopefully that ton dish is going to go straight on there. Well, we'll cut that stub down a little bit. About that much. Yeah, it will do. And then about there. Right, okay.
God, that's neat.
Yeah. Let's get that one on.
Well, I don't mind. I mean, for you, I mind.
Yeah, let me get it on. Right, I want a cup of tea, but the electrician is on his way to come and wire that in. So, I want to get this filled up with water so that he can, it's not going to be dry and it can be tested. Anyway, as soon as it gets anywhere near that, I'm going to just turn it off. So, just get a bit of water in there before I go on with a cup of tea. All I've got to do is connect onto that now. Like that. Beautiful. Ooh, can we actually see in there? No, not really. Spark, do the sparky in. And now that the water's on, it's filled up. Way better. So, let's just purge all of that, get all the air out. Last little bit. Let's get this discharge done. So, okay, got myself an elbow. Too much about a cage. It's only going to get kicked off anyway, but wow, we'll see that. Right. Bend that out. There we go. Yeah. You only need the bare minimum because at the end of the day, it's just. Well, number one, it's outside, and two, it's bloody discharge pipe, so. Right. Clean that up. Ooh, job dropped? Well, here's job for you. If you want to see all the how to do the paperwork side of things, then go on a training course, basically. Get your G3. So I need to measure the temperature. I'll have to wait until it gets up to temperature. Have to check the discharge, everything else, fill out the paperwork to hand over to the customer. I ain't gonna bore you with all that stuff. So, peace out. Not actually at that stage yet. I've just had to take all of the scrap. Now I've got to go back and get all the rubbish, because all the big cardboard boxes and everything. So, if you like this video, give me a subscribe, give me a like, leave me a comment. If you made it to the very, very, very end of the video, leave your shoe size. The code word is whatever your shoe size is. I don't know why I'd want to know, and I promise I will not gather this data and use it and sell it to Google. Promise. Anyway, hit that fucking subscribe button, you little bitch. Bye! Right, let's have a look. Wow, Tom Gwynn. What a legend. That does look quite neat. So, we're on, getting up to temperature, and then just got to do the other bits.